Guys. So it's funny how loyalty sometimes is lost in the NFL landscape. And today we had Jordy Nelson, a Green Bay Packer legend, ends up leaving Green Bay or ends up getting dismissed by this new guy, Brian Goonkurst. Believe his name is Goonkurst with a silent E. And the Packers bring in Jimmy Graham. Now, you looked at how successful Jared Cook was. He had that incident with the cooked chicken legs, with the half-cooked chicken leg in Wisconsin, but he had the biggest catch, one of the biggest catches in the franchise's history, and he was very good under Aaron Rodgers. Jermichael Finley was very good under Aaron Rodgers, and for the Packers to go out and snatch Graham away from a place that Jimmy was very familiar with the New Orleans Saints, was a huge win for the Green Bay Packers. Now, I would have kept Jordy Nelson over Randall Cobb, even though Cobb is faster. Jordy Nelson, he has a lot of equity in Green Bay. The guy is a living legend there. Kansas State Wildcat, E-Mall, every man a Wildcat. Jordy Nelson is a fan favorite, but he's a guy that has terrific body control, is a big body catcher. I know that he's gotten hurt the past couple of seasons, but the fact that you have to let him go, this new general manager is a little out of touch with what Packer Nation is all about. Packer Nation still values loyalty. They still value people that have grown up in the Packer organization. Once a Packer, always a Packer, the Packer way. Guys want to retire in Green Bay and Lambeau Field, and I feel very sad, and I feel bad for a guy like Jordy Nelson, who last year had to play with Brett Hundley, that is in no way, shape, or form equipped to really be an NFL starting quarterback. And Nelson kind of got dogged by Brian Goonkurst. When you look at Graham, I think Graham's an athlete. I think Graham is a terrific tight end. I think that he's going to be tremendous with Aaron Rodgers. And now they can utilize the middle of the field. Devontae Adams will now have a huge part of the second, part of the field. And also you look at Green Bay, right? You look at the Green Bay Packers, they could target like a Cortland Sutton in this draft now. They could also go out and get like an Anthony Miller out of Memphis, a kid I really, really like. There's a kid out of Maryland that Mike Mayock has very high. Christian Kirk's more of a slot guy, so maybe he takes up for Jordy Nelson. There are a lot of fast wide receivers that Goonkurst can target. Christian Kirk from A&M. Anthony Miller is a good wide receiver. And then I mentioned the guy out of Maryland. His name escapes me for sure, but he's a good wide receiver as well. And I would have to go down the line probably to the next half of the draft board. You could find receivers. Receivers are expendable now, and you're seeing that with the market. Allen Robinson leaves. A guy like Sammy Watkins gets dismissed. So the market for wide receivers is down. Tight end play is up. Trey Burton is making a boatload of money, which I don't agree with one bit. Too much money for Trey Burton. But you look at what Jimmy Graham's going to bring to Green Bay, I think it's good. However, this general manager, if you're going to run a system where you have no loyalty and you treat players like absolute shit, like kind of Jordy Nelson, you come in here all gun-ho trying to be the new sheriff in town, you're going to alienate your fan base. And that's important, having some level of people skills, especially in such a heartwarming town like Green Bay, where the fans are the owners there. It's a very tight-knit football community, and you really have to, again, appreciate the community if you're a player there. And playing in Green Bay is not like playing in Miami or a big market. It is a very loyal fan base there. And I know that you'll get bandwagoners from around other parts of the country or Green Bay Packer fans that are everywhere. But if you go to Lambeau Field, it's a spiritual experience. And culture is very much a part of the Green Bay Packer way. Now, I do enjoy how this general manager, I guess, for the Packers is out and being aggressive and bringing in big-name guys and trading for DeShone Kizer was a very good move. But just cutting Jordy Nelson like that is a move that goes against everything that Green Bay Packer fans stand for. So I'm mixed with emotions there. I believe you could have tried to keep him. You could have had more negotiations with Nelson. And you're also, not only are you going to alienate your fan base, but you're also going to alienate your team and guys that Jordy has established friendships with. So we'll see. Could Green Bay still be very good? Yes. Is Jimmy Graham going to be terrific and be a fantasy, second or third round pick now? Absolutely. He's poised to have one of the biggest years of his whole career. For him, it was a good option, either Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers, and he opts to go with a different form of view, a different teammate. Good on Jimmy Graham. Congratulations, sir. You, my friend, are going to be having a very good career out in Green Bay. When we look at Jordy Nelson, I can mention possible landing spots for Jordy Nelson.